Folks, okay. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Today is a Pokemon discussion. It is on the new Shrouded ETB specialty Pokemon set. Some people call it Shrouded the Fable Fates is what I call it. So here's the issue. Obviously, we know the product was originally delayed. It was supposed to be out weeks ago, and now it's coming out kind of mid to late August here in the next week or so. Well, full transparency up front, I requested 5,000 ETBs, which is 500 cases, and my allocation got cut from 5,000 down to 690 or 700. Let's call it 700. So I have enough for 69, 70 cases. That's how much I got caught. I have not been cut on something like this, on this volume, probably since the 151, maybe Champion's Path, maybe years back. So we have a situation right now where I don't know if this was caused by printing delays and issues and why they had to delay the release. There were some issues. They had to trash the print run and redo it. I'm not sure if it's just lack of demand. I'm not sure if we're going to get a second wave after this. So very blunt about it. So if you're a patron and everything, I do not have near the supply I was expecting to have. I am going to sell it by the case, but I only have enough for like 70 patrons, and there are thousands upon thousands of you all. So be aware, the open market right now is about 42 an ETB, so maybe what, 420 for a case of 10 plus tax, maybe 450 shipped on TCG Player with tax and shipping for a case of these new Shrouded ETBs. Here's the issue. 50% of the market thinks this ETB specialty set of Shrouded is hot trash. So we have a situation where a lot of people have just been bashing the product. I don't know, Battle Styles, Chilling Reign 2.0, I don't know. And then you have the other half of the market really love it and calling it a sleeper set, this and that. This is one of the few times I can't figure out the situation. This is going to be an unknown question mark one. I don't know if this is going to come out and people are going to get a bunch, and anything they get, they're just going to dump it because they can't sell locally, so the internet gets flooded and the price gets suppressed down to, a 10% drop or something at release. I'm not really sure what's going on. If we do not get a second wave or a reprint of Shrouded, yes, these ETBs are going to push up to probably the 50, 55 an ETB or 500 for a case or whatever. I think this is a situation that's not as much about the product that it is about what's going on with the supply. And the problem is with Pokemon, we don't know if they delayed it just to push out the small, wave print run. In the future, there's going to be a wave two of, whatever, I was using Champion's Path as an example, or whatever, Crown Zenith or whatever. I don't know the direction here because Pokemon is very volatile with this. We've had specialty sets come out 6 months, a year later, we get a reprint. We get a second wave of something. Now with 151, I am literally the meme of the guy sitting there waiting for my 151 reprint. And if we go into next year and it's 2025 and we still don't have a 151 reprint and we start approaching 2-3 years from the original release and we start moving in the future, I'm not sure we're ever going to get a 151 reprint in English. And, that's a party foul on me because, well, I sold all mine to the patrons and I said, well, it's such a hot product, hopefully we get another wave and I can just keep that small. Because usually the second wave of a Pokemon, distributors mark the price up. The print runs 10% the size of the original. So if I get, pallets of ETBs, the second wave's like, all right, well, here's a couple leftover cases. And that's what I use just to kind of keep because it's not enough to do anything. That's where we're at. With the Scarlet Violet situation continuing to have money flow into this new block, and money is no longer flowing into Sword and Shield era. They've all, again, we're going through a plateau period, also known as a consolidation phase, also known as a kangaroo market, where Sword and Shield just kind of hopping sideways, and that's okay. That's healthy. Sword and Shield should do nothing from now to the rest of the year. I don't expect box prices of any Sword and Shield boosters, Evolving Skies, Rudy's Chilling Reigns, Fusions, Astrals, Lost, Silver, I don't care. They should stay stable because they've all had a huge uptick this year, and it's time for them to just sit back, go out to dinner with Rudy. Let's go to Chick-fil-A. We'll go play in the area. We'll eat some waffle fries, get some yummy milkshakes, and it's fine. That's what we should be doing. Because of that, the money is now it's up over here. So now the money is flowing hardcore into Scarlet Violet that nobody saw coming this quick, including me. I thought we wouldn't see Scarlet Violet upticks till next year. The brand new Twilight Masquerade continues to be, eyes wide shut, continues to be an absolute... I will tell you what my patrons have been messaging me. This is my skeptical cat face. I am doing skeptical cat. This is me. Okay? People are telling me, Rudy, you got to get big on Twilight. Twilight, temporal, but also paradox. These are the hidden ones. Twilight is going to be the next Evolving Skies, Rudy. Chilling Reign is going to be the Paradox. The Paradox Rift is going to be the Chilling Reign. And I'm like, okay, well, I appreciate the opinions, this and that, and the cards and what's going on, and the spikes of the chase cards, but it's way too soon to say that. But yes, Twilight has the data and the price movement that matches similar trajectories and histories of Evolving Skies. I will acknowledge that. Do I think Twilight's going to be the $1,000 box of Scarlet Violet? I have no idea. In my opinion, I will admit, for a Scarlet Violet box to come out, and everybody just, it's all shit, like everything, oh yeah, my stepsister, everything's shit. Yeah, okay. And now, literally, within like 3 months of release, maybe by the time you watch it's 4 months of release, you have Twilight boxes at $120 to $130 before tax. Like, people are going on TCG Player and buying a single box of Twilight for like $125 plus tax. They're paying like $138 shipped when they check out. Like, on TCG, like, that's the highest I've seen for a new Pokemon box release in the entire Scarlet Violet era. Okay? I don't know. I'm not smart enough. I'm too much of a dumb Timmy, taco waffle guy, but I'm just telling you, this is why I keep large positions in all Scarlet Violet stuff. My goal from the very beginning, like I told you all, and I should have filmed this video at the warehouse with the Pokemon pallets behind me. That's what I should have done. But it makes predicting the new Shrouded Fable Fate difficult to know what's going to happen. Because based on the uptrend and bull market of Scarlet Violet now, it makes the Shrouded stuff look very attractive and underpriced. But if we get a massive second wave because they effed up on the printers, it's going to stunt the growth and keep it flat to negative. It'll probably stay the same $40 in ETB for an extra year or two. And the fact we don't have that one variable makes it a very unknown. The issue, too, is Pokemon, they're getting ready to move to the next release. I've already forgot the name of it. You guys can tell me. In the next 60 days, we got the main Pokemon set coming out. And I don't see going into the holidays of next year, when they haven't even reprinted 151 English, I don't see them going back and trying to print more of older ETBs and specialty sets. I mean, they're not going to reprint 151 that everybody wants. I don't see them going back and reprinting Shrouded. That's kind of my common sense approach. But companies and what's going on behind the scenes, they could have data and variables that we don't know that makes sense for them. So, point of this video, the Shrouded situation is a very big unknown. Okay? It comes down to simply, if we don't get more, $40 or less is a steal of a price. Period. That's shipped. Right now, the 42 plus tax and TCG Player, 45 in ETB is a normal price. Which again, if we don't get more of them, looking at how many are selling on TCG Player, looking how the depth of the market, how many people have cases and the sell-through rate versus what's going on is pretty bullish. So that's where it stands. I don't know. This is a major unknown, but be aware, we don't know there's a reprint. Be aware Scarlet Violet's in a bull market. Be aware Sword and Shield stopped going up. Be aware the prices are moving way quicker than they did. Even Scarlet or Sword and Shield was going in the pandemic area where everything was the end of the world, and the prices were moving pretty quick. But suddenly, I am seeing just as quick, equal to or greater than price swings and upticks on these new sets all of a sudden. And I don't know what caused this initial surge. We've had a year to 2 years of Scarlet Violet doing nothing, and people saying, oh, it's all trash. Oh, Rudy pumped me and he ran off with Chuck and my wife. And, then suddenly, the last 60 days, everybody wants Scarlet Violet. It's like nothing ever happened. What happened to everybody in the last 2 years when all these boxes were cheap and sitting everywhere, nobody wanted them? What happened to all that attitude? What happened to all the people that were telling you never buy anything of Pokemon? I don't understand how it's like somebody walked in the room, pulled the red lever, a bunch of underwear fell from the roof, and suddenly everything was great again. It's just weird as shit sometimes, man. And that's how these markets move. These markets are unpredictable, and sometimes they just do this. And there's nothing we can do about it. And like I always tell you all, the market's going to market, kids. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, children, old people, aliens around the universe, the market is going to market. We cannot control the swings. We cannot control when it turns. No matter what you think about investors and manipulators, the market is massive. Pokemon's a $1 billion brand. And when it moves, it just moves. And that's why I'm here for it. That's why I've been doing it a long time. And that's why I will continue over the next 5 years. These are going to be great videos to look back on in 5 years. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Mr. P being a $300-$400 set? Can you imagine Temporal and Twilight being $200-$300 sets, and we're talking about it 5 years from now? Can you imagine those videos and going back to these old videos in the comments and people going, oh, can you imagine how much fun that's going to be? I enjoy this too much. Yeah, you guys, come on, let's have fun.